What really happens behind the closed doors of political power, and what price must you pay for saying no? Is Nigeria's Senate a place for lawmakers, or a playground for unchecked egos? Did Senator Natasha expose a hidden culture of intimidation that few dare to speak about? Was Natasha Akpoti's apology a clever act of rebellion or a bold warning shot to the system? Today we dive into a story shaking Nigeria's political foundation. Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan's explosive apology to Senate President Godswill Akpabio. A letter so savage, so scathing, it's left the entire nation stunned. So stay with us, because this particular message has shown Nigerians who is the victim and the accused. Suspended Senator Natasha, known for her fearless voice, has just delivered what can only be described as the most savage apology in Nigerian political history. But was it really an apology, or a searing act of resistance dressed in satire? On national television, she dropped a bombshell accusing Senate President Akpabio of retaliating against her after she allegedly rejected his inappropriate advances. The drama escalated internationally when, during a session on women in Parliament at the Inter-Parliamentary Union in New York, she urged global bodies to hold Nigeria's Senate accountable for what she described as systemic abuse and intimidation. Security withdrawn, salary slashed, a 6-month suspension. Natasha faced it all, but stayed unbroken. While Senate President Godswill Akpabio attended Pope Francis's funeral in Rome, back home in Nigeria, social media exploded. Natasha's letter went viral, calling out power, privilege, and the dirty secrets few dare to mention. Let's rewind. Natasha's troubles began on March 6th, when she was suspended from the Senate after a bitter clash over what she called discriminatory seating arrangements. But what followed was even more explosive. Natasha accused Akpabio live on national TV of targeting her after she allegedly refused his sexual advances. Her bold stand didn't come without consequences. Her security detail was stripped, her salary was slashed, and worst of all, she was suspended for 6 months. Still, Natasha didn't back down. At the Inter-Parliamentary Union meeting in New York, she called on the world to hold Nigeria's Senate accountable. And now, in a letter dripping with sarcasm and unfiltered anger, Natasha delivered her apology, and it reads, "Dear distinguished Senate President Godswill Akpabio, it is with the deepest sarcasm and utmost theatrical regret that I tender this apology for the grievous crime of possessing dignity and self-respect in your most exalted presence. I have reflected extensively on my unforgivable failure to recognize that legislative success in certain quarters is apparently not earned through merit, but through the ancient art of compliance of the very personal kind. How remiss of me not to understand that my refusal to indulge your requests was not merely a personal choice, but a constitutional violation of the unwritten laws of certain men's entitlement. Truly, I must apologize for prioritizing competence over capitulation, vision over vanity, and the people's mandate over private dinners behind closed doors." I now realize the catastrophic consequences of my actions. Legislation delayed, tempers flared, and the tragic bruising of egos so large they require their own postcodes for this disruption to the natural order of quid pro quo. I bow my head in fictional shame. Please find it in your magnanimous heart, somewhere buried deep beneath layers of entitlement, to forgive this stubborn woman who mistakenly believed that her seat in the Senate was earned through elections, not erections. I remain yours in eternal resistance, Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan, unafraid, unbought, and unbroken. Woohoo! I can't believe what I just read.
Damn.
You know actually that this won those confrontational letters because... Okay, let's look at the content of this letter again together, reacting to Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan's letter. This isn't just a letter, it's a literary uppercut. Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan didn't write an apology. She wrote a manifesto, a satirical razor-sharp takedown of political entitlement wrapped in the velvet glove of sarcasm. Every sentence slices through layers of power, patriarchy, and performative politics, and what's left behind is a raw, unfiltered glimpse into the kind of pressure women in leadership face behind the scenes. Her words are both poetic and pointed. Let's take this line. Forgive this stubborn woman who mistakenly believed that her seat in the Senate was earned through elections, not erections. It's not just a jab, it's an indictment, a call out to a toxic culture where some believe power is owed to them, not by merit or mandate, but by manipulation and submission. She turns her supposed offense, maintaining dignity, into a mirror for the system to confront itself. The irony? That this is what got her punished, not misconduct, not corruption, but resistance. And then the closing part of the letter, unafraid, unbought, and unbroken. That's not just a signature, that's a declaration of war against political bullying. Well, in my own opinion, this letter is bold, brave, and bound to stir controversy. But more importantly, it demands a national conversation, so it brings us to this question. How many women have been silenced before they could write letters like this? And who benefits from keeping them quiet? This isn't just a political drama, it's a reckoning. Is this just one woman's rebellion or the beginning of a bigger reckoning within Nigeria's political elite? Is courage like Natasha's the spark that will ignite real change? Or will the forces of power bury this story and silence her too? Well, we will end here but we'd love to hear from you. Do you believe Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan's stand will inspire other politicians to rise against abuse and corruption? Or is the system too broken to fix? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Hit that like button if you believe in fearless voices. And don't forget to subscribe for more bold, unfiltered news like this. Stay tuned, because this battle is far from over.